welcome to Speaker Insight, where we help speakers, authors and coaches to build a business on your terms. I'm Helena.
And I'm Kelly.
So we always start with what is the buzz in your business, and as usual we really would like to know, so pop it in your comments as you are, whether you're on the replay or whether you're watching us live. We would love to know what the buzz is in your business, and actually we'll do a lot more on that in today's little bit of training.
It's the topic of today.
It is the topic. Now, the buzz in our business is, there's quite a lot of things going on. We're quite excited. So we've only got a few spaces left on our Connect and Create Day, which is, sort of working and connecting day that we're doing on the 10th of October. So if that's of interest to you, please do sign up, because there's only like 4 or 5 spots left.
I will put the link in the comments right now.
Say that, and it's great. She's so efficient. Now, the other thing is that we actually, for some of you may well have seen this, we actually did a strategy day, but of course, us being us, we did it at
in
the
spa.
Which is how it goes. Now, every business owner should really be step back at least once a quarter to just actually look at, are we on track? Where are we going? Yeah. And we like to do that in really nice settings. So the spa it was for us.
It's going to be a quarterly thing for us. Spa strategy day.
Spa strategy day. You've got to love a little bit of that, SSDs. Now, this one actually really excites me. One of our Changemaker Central members is actually launching her book today. She's already had masses of interest. So big up to Alison Porter, whose book Stronger Than Before is actually out and available to buy. So it's all about supporting people with cancer. So it might well be of interest with breast cancer specifically. Sorry, I say that because, yes, there was a little mishap in it's doing really well in prostate cancer, which is really interesting. And so that always works. Hi, Steve. Lovely to see you. But anyway, so that's out. And if you feel called that that's something that could be of help, it is absolutely brilliant.
Yep.
So
I've put Alison's book link in the comments. So if you know anyone that's got breast cancer at the moment or wants to recover from it, then get her book. It's a Hay House book and it's published and it's out today.
Woo-hoo! Which is really good. And the big excitement for us is actually that we are launching our Expert Indicator. Now, that's actually to help speakers, authors and coaches to really understand what stage of your business are you actually at and how you get to the next level. So we've been working on that. We're, sort of like behind the scenes for a little while, and today we're launching it, right?
With massive thanks to Steve, who's just joined us.
Yeah, so that's good. Thank you.
We're going to put the link to our Expert Indicator up later when we talk about promos.
Yeah.
So you can actually experience what we've put together, because it's one of those ones. We did it on a Facebook Live ages ago.
So
didn't
long,
we?
Yeah, probably about 3 months ago, easily.
Yeah, maybe more. When you actually interviewed Steve about how to actually create lead generation from quizzes, assessments, and things like that. And since we did that interview, we've been working with Steve and his company and created this awesome tool for lead gen, but also a great thing for speakers, authors, and coaches to indicate where they're at their business and then what they need to do to get to the next level.
Yeah.
So we'll be putting the link into that, and then if you like it and you want to create one for your own, then just get in touch with Steve. He is the most awesome bloke to work with, right?
And you'll be more efficient than you realise simply through the systematic approach that he uses. We love him very much, and the product.
And we know that most speakers, authors and coaches hate tech.
That's right.
And Steve makes it really simple.
So
right?
simple. Thank you.
Brilliant. So, and that's really what we want to do today. Is the point of today's Facebook Live is talking about how to promote yourself.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a bugbear for me.
Yeah. She might get soapboxy.
I
will pull her back.
A little bit, but we don't have it too. So we've got our group, the Connection Hub, which actually I'll put the link into the comments when I've finished talking. But in the Connection Hub, we don't actually have a lot of people that come in and do lots of spammy stuff, which I see in quite a lot of other groups.
Yeah.
And I really don't understand why people do it, because most of the time they just put a link to their website or their event or their product, and they don't even say anything.
They don't qualify it. They just go, here, have this, and you're like, why?
So I don't get it, because I'm sure they don't think that people are actually going to go, oh, that's of interest, click and read it.
Yes, that's right up my street and just what I was looking for. Hey, Daisy.
So it's one of those things that I think, okay, if that's what they're resulting to, they must not know how to promote themselves properly, which spurred us on to do this Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Because we want you to follow Facebook etiquette, so you're not seen as some spammy person that as soon as you go into a group, you promo, and then you get deleted and blocked from that group.
Yeah.
So we want to talk to you about today the different types of promotions you can do, how to put them together, where you should be promoting them, and also just making sure you understand why they're really good for you to do.
Yeah.
So that's the first point. The other thing is that, you know, and Daisy, who's just joined us, I know she's a good one at this, we say at the beginning of all of our lives about what's the buzz in your business. Mm-hmm. And the reason we do this is because we want you to get into the habit of being interesting.
Yes.
We know that at least once a week you're going to get asked what's going on in your business.
Exactly.
Because we ask you every
Tuesday.
Ask
you. Yeah.
So at least once a week.
Please tell us.
We say what's the buzz in your business. But when you're out networking or you're meeting up with friends, it's going to come up. How's your business going?
Yeah.
And if you respond, oh, it's all great.
Great.
Yeah, it's going fine.
That doesn't open up conversation. That doesn't allow people to go, oh, I'm intrigued, I'm excited on your behalf. There's nothing for them to hold on to that opens up a conversation, right?
Yeah. So if you have something, at least what's the buzz in your business for that week? It can be tiny, it can be large, it can just something to actually talk about that makes you interesting, that sparks an idea that people then think, oh, I know somebody that would love a strategy spa day or that would, whatever it is.
That's it.
And at least it makes you interesting. So that's the first point about promotions, is that you want to build rapport, you want to be interesting. People say to us, you guys are always doing something, right? They say you must be so busy, but that's because we're no busier than you. We just tell you about it, right?
So it sounds like we're busy, because actually the chances are that if we asked you, are you busy? You'd say yes.
So Daisy just put here that her client made a huge transformation from only one full day together. The accountability calls are giving her goosebumps.
Lovely.
We're loving
Good
that.
for you.
Hey, Jack.
And Antonia, I'm saying hi to you as well. Lovely to have you here. Welcome in.
So people like Daisy, if you talk about that, they're like, oh, one day of transformation. So what did you do on that day? Exactly. It sparks a conversation about, well, tell me more, rather than just going great. So I'm going to get off my high horse about people spamming groups for promos, and I'm going to get off my high horse about being boring.
Yes, don't be boring.
So what we want to do is we want you to make sure that you've always got at least one thing that you've got that's creating buzz in your business at the moment that you can engage with. This live is about going one step further than just having conversations. Promotions and offers allow people to experience you.
Agreed.
Right? That whole try before you buy scenario.
Yeah.
So what that allows people to do is go, oh, they sound good, and on paper and on their sales copy and what I've seen of them, they look good, but let's actually see some content. Let's see what they're like when you work with them one-to-one.
Yeah.
So that gives that person that ability to not risk a lot. Yeah. It needs to be a no-brainer offer. Some promotional wasn't offer. There needs to be a no-brainer,
yes.
A knee-jerk reaction to when you put it up.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to go through today, is the why you need them, the how you do them, the where you put them, and we're going to give you some examples as well. Yeah,
and I'm sure that you actually have some examples of your own, and the chances are you may not actually be thinking about them in that way. But before we go into the kind of, the detail on the ground, let me go bigger picture for you about why we actually need to create a buzz in our business. Kelly's touched on some of these, but if you dig under it a little bit more, really, you want to be consistently the person on people's minds, right? You want, like Jack is currently eating her lunch with us because this is her lunch date, right? So we know that to be the case. So promos and offers done seasonally, done on a regular basis, updating them, telling people in some way, having something on offer allows you to consistently be in front of people. And that is, as we know, the thing about that is that the more times you show up in front of somebody, the easier it is for them to choose you when they're ready to choose you. They might not be ready right now, right?
It used to be back in the old marketing days, like 8 touches with people before they bought, but now it's
like 32, 30, something like that.
Because of social media, right? Oh, hello,
yeah.
Orchid.
Hi.
And I just want to highlight this question that Daisy's just said. She's a bit cautious about promos because she doesn't want people to wait for the next deal. And we're going to cover this, Daisy, because promo doesn't always mean discount.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
So we'll go into that in a minute.
Yeah, entirely. Now, so it also, as Kelly said before, having a promo gives you something to talk about, particularly if you're feeling shy or a little bit kind of lost in a crowd. Having your promo allows you to go back to something that you know about and that you can share about with passion and energy. The other thing is, and so that's online and offline, obviously, in that thing. The other thing about it is it actually does set you up for the next sale because it's part of, or we will...
It should be.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is one of those times where we will use a should word, right? We don't often, but this really does fit. It should be something that sets you up for your next sale. There's a product range that you have and it fits somewhere in that product range. So it needs to be coherent in all of that.
Go back and watch the Facebook Live we did about 2 weeks ago, which is about product and user experience and how people go through your user journey. Yeah. And we spoke about the promo offers being right at the beginning of that journey.
That's right. And that's really what we're talking about here.
She loves your scarf.
Do you? I love my scarf. It's really good. I'll have to wear the blue one next week. Okay. Sorry.
I should have told you.
Yeah, I know, right? Honestly, I don't have my glasses on. I can't read that soon. Anyway, so the other thing about it is that different offers or different kind of promos actually attract different people. So you have one avatar there's still a range within the avatar that you have. And some people might be focused on one element of the problem and some might be focused on another. Having different promos allows you to actually tackle each one of those sets of problems. So it's a slightly different angle to actually helping people in the bigger sphere of the niche that you're in.
And I think that's one of the things that when we met Steve and he basically introduced us to this whole test, quizzing, assessment side of things. We were like, we've got loads of resources where people can read and watch, but actually a diagnostic tool.
That's what we love.
I mean, I used to love Cosmo quizzes when I was younger.
Me too. Oh my word.
And I've done nearly every psychometric test in the book.
I'm still a sucker for them.
So that's like somebody else's style of learning, that they actually want that diagnostic. They want to take a test. So we knew that was missing from our product range, and that's why we're launching our expert indicator today, because we know that you wanted it.
Yeah, and you can see what Steve's just sort of said there.
I think the sense of urgency with promos regarding limited timeframes not only creates buzz for potential buyers, but for us as the seller makes us do the stuff that we really need to get done in time. So it's a double win. Yeah. He's ahead of the game. We've already got that point, Steve.
I know. It's like, we'll refer back to you in a minute. So let me talk to you a little bit about what we actually mean by a promo or offer. So it's really the value add that meets the needs, and in this case I do mean needs, even though we're also speaking about the wants, that meets the needs of your avatar. And it usually tackles just one of the problems that they have. So as we said about the different learning styles or different elements of the product problem, that's actually what we're tackling. The other thing is that a promo can be a paid thing, or it can be a free thing. Yeah. So we're kind of lumping them together because they are something that you are promoting, something that you are making an offer on. So it could be free, it could be paid.
So going back to your thing, Daisy, we know that in previous lives that we've done, you've put your signature style document up there, which is like a lead generation tool. But that's a free offer as well, which you can have as an evergreen thing that runs. So it doesn't have to be a discount in price on what promotional offers are. No.
It's more about almost an interruption in their psyche, if you like. So the other thing is that it needs to be something that looks really attractive to your avatar. So whether that is offering them that solution to the problem, or maybe it's a chance to connect with you. Maybe which is how our Connect and Create days actually kind of came about. We were just looking at what else could we do that allows us to connect with people. So if you're offering it within your engaged community, the chances are that actually that's one of the offers that your people might really love, is to actually meet you.
But the attraction part needs to be that whole thing that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
People either have FOMO, which is fear of missing out. So they think that's what Steve was saying about timely offers is a great way of actually having FOMO. But also some people go, I need to jump on that opportunity because it's a no-brainer. I'm not going to get this again, whatever it might be.
That's it. That's exactly
we need to make it attractive in that element.
Yeah. And it could also be, as we've said, it could be a quiz, a checklist, some kind of activity sheet. It could be a discount code. It could be a taster event that you actually do of an evening. It could be an online training or a webinar of some kind. It's really whatever is important, that it's what your avatar actually desires and wants.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah.
Now, Kelly said already, we today are launching our free expert indicator test. And so you'll actually see, I'm sure she's just being efficient and actually putting the link in right now.
Now, don't go and do it right away. We want to hang on to the live.
Yeah, understand all of this. Trust me, it'll be there for you. It's completely fine. But here are some ways that you can actually make your promo offer effective. So you need to know, as I said, where it sits in that user journey. Is it right at the beginning? Is it somewhere in the middle because it leads you through into one of the other things that you've got on for sale? You need to know what comes next. And you need to understand what is the real problem that is solved by that offer. And that could be something tactical, practical. It could be a feeling of relief. It could be something that people have been longing for, like a little tech fix of some kind in our case, right?
And that's going back to what Helena said before, is we know that this always has to be what they want, not what they need, okay? Because they're Googling this, they're looking at this, they're thinking, I need that right now. Yeah. So it's got to be something they're aware of. You don't need to educate them about. The thing itself might educate them, like our test is going to show you where you're at in your business. Yeah. So you've got to think about how you're positioning it so that they want it now.
Yeah, because actually it's something that they are probably already wondering about in their business. It's something that they're already thinking about. It's just suddenly they're seeing it in front of them like somebody else fully understands me. Yeah. So one of the things that the expert indicator focuses on is actually helping speakers, authors and coaches to know what stage they're at in their business and what to do next. And that actually is one of the things that we hear so often from our clients. It's like, I'm in overwhelm, I don't know what to do next. So we were like, well,
we'll tell you.
Why don't we help you with that? So here you go.
So let's just highlight some examples of what we've done, just to give you an idea of the different ranges going through, just giving you some context around what Helena said. So if you were doing something like, I know Daisy's just put up her free lead generation tool there. So we have lots.
We do.
Lots and lots of lead generation tools that we will use to promote at different times of the year.
Yeah.
One of our most popular ones is our directory of over 200 stages that you can speak on if you want to be a speaker.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that we will put up. So one of the ways you can use, the way that we use it quite a lot, is if I'm in groups where my avatar hangs out and I see someone post going, how do I get speaking gigs? Or where can I speak to raise my profile as a speaker? I would automatically shove our Facebook Live in there, which trains people how to speak on other people's stages, and then put the link to our download, which is our directory. Yeah. So many people are...
I would gently add it in.
Okay. Our styles. Yeah. So we've got lots of resources like that, which are meeting the wants of our avatar, what they're already looking for, and we've created lead generation documents. Yeah. Oh, that's how she came here. See, it works, guys.
It works.
And she's just joined up as a Changemaker member as well. So
I know.
We'll talk about that in a minute. So that's one of the things that you can do. The other thing is thinking that the one that we said that was missing was the diagnostic, the interactive, the quiz style. So we knew we needed that, which is why we hunted down Steve and worked with Steve to create our expert indicator test. Yeah. And as Helena says, in my personal experience, I think quizzes and assessments are the best
just
promos
love them,
out there.
right?
The reason is you will take the test, you diagnose what's wrong with the stage that you're at the moment or whatever you're using the quiz for. There's loads of change makers that have done, Michelle's done a quiz,
Christine, Adrian,
Emma. There's loads of people that have worked with Steve and created these quizzes. Yeah. And it basically helps your avatar go, oh, I've got this problem. Now I need to know what to do next.
Exactly.
Which is the next product in your funnel.
Yeah.
So you're not having to really sell anything. No. You're just hand-holding them through the process. You're meeting them where they're at. Yeah. they're identifying they need to change.
They make the discovery for themselves, which I don't know about you, but when you actually make the discovery for yourself, rather than being told something, you actually have the experience of understanding that, oh, this is where I'm at. Right, okay, now I can't hide from it, right? Now I need to deal with it, or hide, but probably deal with it.
So think about a quiz. Now, it doesn't have to be something you've created like on the level that Steve's done for us. It could just be a checklist. It could be do this, and if you get mainly A's or B's or C's, you're this.
That's it.
So, but just use it as a diagnostic tool. I think that's a good thing to think about in the promotional side. And then the next one that we've got is that we offer everyone a free month in our Changemaker Central membership program. This is the whole... we'll open everything up, right? All of our resources, our course, our webinars, everything that we do, come and experience it for a month. So you can actually go, is this worth the money that I'm paying, right? So, and I think, lots of software companies do that. They do free trials because they want you to get used to, is this the way that I work? Do I like the interface?
And it's the same thing with apps as well, sort of like you go on the free app and then you go, oh, actually, you know what, I'm just going to unlock the next levels. I'm just going to continue using it. So there, we've got lots, but that's just showing you 3 different ranges. One is a lead generation resource, one is a diagnostic, and one is a discount promo code. So it's discounted the price, giving somebody a trial. So just think, what could you do in your business around those things? And what fits in your model, right?
What fits in your user journey and your product range, which we've done in previous Facebook Lives before. So now you've got an idea potentially of what you're going to do. You're going to think about where are you going to actually promote this when you've got this product or this idea. How can you promote it? Well, the first thing is you go to your own community. Okay, so whether that's your Facebook group, your LinkedIn group or page, wherever you've got a network. Tell people about it, okay?
Exactly.
And you might want to launch it to your group first as a beta tester, or as an exclusive offer to say, because you're part of this, I'm going to give it to you before I go out to my database, and just feel like that they're, they're involved.
We actually do that with the Connect and Create days with the Changemakers, don't we?
Sorry, I'm not going to involve in conversations going on online. So that's one thing. The next thing to do is personal reach outs are probably one of the most effective ways. So when you've actually got an idea of what problem your promotional offer solves, then go through your Facebook friends or your emails or your contacts in your phone and just drop them a personalised message to say, hey, I've just got this I thought of you. Come and check it out, and it's this discount or it's this freebie or whatever, and just come and see, and maybe ask your personal contacts for feedback on it too.
Completely.
If you want to do them as beta testers. The other thing to think about is email broadcasting.
Oh, don't forget about this.
And so many people do.
I know.
Right? So many people have got an email database and they just think social's the place to do everything. So you can do those one-off broadcasts as launches or of promo codes just to say this is exclusively for you. So think about how you can actually compile an email. I love promo partners.
Yes, please.
And I did a Facebook Live 3-4 weeks ago with Phil Gibbs, who runs affiliate networks, and he's got awesome stuff. So he basically told you all about affiliate marketing and how to get promo partners. So go back and watch that live if you missed it. It's a really good one,
because I wasn't there. I watched it later.
But this is a great way of actually, when you're doing something with an affiliate partner or a promotional partner, and you sell, let's say you're doing a Facebook Live with somebody who's got your avatar in their network, and then at the end of it, you sell a product, you're going to have a lot lower conversion than if you actually promoted a promo offer.
Agreed.
Right, so had a lead gen document or having a discount code or having something. That's what you want to use, because yes, the promo partner is going to have a credibility with their list, but you're still new to them.
You
still
they still want to check you out. They still need to understand what it is they are. I'm going to use the words buying into. Conceptually, if it's a free thing, right? It's like you still need to be able to present your best face, and they still need to connect with, well, how does that solve anything for me?
Definitely.
Always.
So think about, who could promote your offer with you? What could you do? Could you do a joint Facebook, a webinar, an email broadcast to their list? And then what's going to make it more appealing is the fact that it's going to promotional offer rather than to a sale.
Exactly.
So the other thing is, and this is probably the most effective. You just had a fly land in your
I seriously
coffee.
have. I think it's a mozzie. So we'll just leave that one there then.
This is probably the most effective way of promoting, and it's, as we just said, it's one of the ways that people have found us, is discovering Facebook groups that have your avatar in there.
Hurrah!
Right?
Thank you for doing all the work for me.
Yeah, they've built up that. Now, this is where it can go wrong. This is where people join, promote or spam and then get kicked out. That's not what we're asking for. When you join a group, the first thing to do is to check the rules, right? So find out what the rules are in that group, because that's when you have to, you're basically going into somebody else's business. Yeah. And rather than strolling in and boldly and going, this is how I work and blah, 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 you're gonna disrupt the culture. So read about what it is. Most groups will have some
kind of invitation,
a way that you can promo, right? Yeah. So in our group, we have the hashtag What's Your Offer post every month, where we encourage you to put these promo offers in, or just tell the group about who you are.
It's another way for us to see what the buzz is in your business, right?
But we also do a lot more. So we, on a weekly basis, we ask speakers to share their show reels, authors to share their books. Yeah. So there's lots of opportunity in the Connection Hub to post promos. And the reason why we do that is because we know it's about connecting. So people are there to look for resources, look for people, look for speakers, authors and coaches.
And ask their questions,
But what we don't want it to happen is that all of our newsfeed is just filled with promo, because then people won't get the value from being in the group. Yeah. So it's a nice organised way of actually encouraging people to promote and share, but also keeping it quite neat under memes and posts.
Exactly.
So discover where your avatar is. My top tips for this, I think I've said it before, is find 3 to 5 groups that have exactly your avatar, that have maybe 5,000 members and more, and that the people in that group are engaged, which means they're liking, sharing and commenting on posts.
And Facebook makes that very easy for you nowadays. It shows you what's going on inside a group,
it's visible, right? So you can go in, and as soon as you see, this group's got 50,000 members, and you go in and not one post has been liked,
that's right.
It's a dead group. Okay, so you just got to think like that, and then look at the rules and then schedule it. I know what days, Mondays this group, Wednesdays this group, Sundays this group, and I know when I can do promos. It's in my calendar, and I'll go in and do, and I'll swap it up. I'll do different ones. So I'm very excited to be promoting our expert
I know, right?
indicator.
Because it's like, woohoo!
It's a new one for me to get the stats on. So they're the few things. That's how you can promote it. Yeah. Then there's some other things that I want you to consider before you start promoting. What else do you need? Yeah. Most of the time, you're going to need some form of promotional material. So memes, sales copy, blogs,
the email that you've written for the promo partners.
Yes, all those things need to be created up front. Okay. So again, if you're in the Connection Hub, you'll see this week our promo posts that are going to go out about our expert insight, and you'll see we have a meme, some copy, we have a lead page. So that's another thing. You might need a landing page, squeeze page, opt-in page, sales page, whatever you want to call it. Some page that promotes copy that people then need to click and add their email address in and first name to then get the resource.
Agreed.
Okay, so that's what will happen when you go through our expert indicator.
Yeah.
Just like Stephen, we've been saying, is there a time limit on your promo? Because that's going to encourage the FOMO that we spoke to before, the fear of missing out. Yeah. But it also encourages people to take action.
It does.
If something's only available for the next 48 hours, then it's people haven't got that time to dilly-dally. And it's also the scarcity thing. So if there's only a certain amount of people that can join, then that encourages people as well.
I agree.
So we've got the promotional material, whether that's images and copy and sales pages. You've got to think, is there a time limit? This is one that you probably wouldn't have thought of before, but it's really important. It's how are you measuring the success, okay? So how are you tracking? So say, for example, you have got a promotional partner. How are you tracking that the leads are coming from that partner and not this partner? And the way that you do that is through promotional codes. Yeah. So you might have your merchant account, if you use Stripe or PayPal or something like that, you can set certain codes up in there so people can then, you'll know when they buy the product or opt into something that they came from Joe
this
Blogs.
Particular thing, And
so you've got to think, if you're using lead pages as a sales page or opt-in page, then on there automatically tells you how many impressions, how many people have actually looked at that page, and then how many conversions, how many people opted in to do your test or download your document. So you can actually see, that one, that's how I know our Speaker Insight, how many stages you can speak on directory is our most popular download.
Entirely.
So because we look at those stats. So know that you're measuring. And if you are doing any external, like digital print PR, newspapers, magazines,
definitely,
or doing interviews online,
or even your postcards. So in the case of someone like Daisy who might give out a postcard for something,
you're at an event,
an event,
you just need to make sure that each one of them have different promotional codes. I know so many people that have taken out half pages in newspapers, and because you can't really do, if it's an editorial, you can't do any like links, but they don't know whether it was worth spending that money. So you've got to do a specific promo code just for that one newspaper to say, when in the Metro, I've told everyone if they wanted it to use this code, then you can track back, am I going to pay that money again? Because you can see how successful it's
Especially because that's when you get to compare. So if you put it in the Metro one week and you put it in the Telegraph the next, and one gets a lot of traction, you want to know which one that is, right? Because our resources are finite.
Yeah, definitely. So when this is now going on to we say that we recommend that you have one promotional offer on all the time, so it's evergreen.
Definitely.
So something that's running constantly in the background, it isn't time specific, and that's like a lead generation tool for you. As Helene has mentioned before, you might be using this promo as a lead up to an event or a launch or something. So you might only have it time specific. So when you go back to watch the Facebook Live on promoting events, we say you need a 3-month lead up generally. So actually that first month of the 3 month might be this promo offer that then helps you build trust and conversion over the next 3 months. So it has to be strategic, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to know what the purpose of the lead gen or the promo is, and then what the next step in the funnel is to help the conversion.
So all of that is prepared. So for those of you who are brilliantly creative, which, let me think, speakers, authors and
They're
coaches.
all brilliantly creative.
Yes, brilliantly creative. You might have that idea, but the thing that turns the idea into something that actually really truly adds value is all of these other little bits that you also need to consider. So you choose the idea carefully.
Yeah, so I'm just laughing at comments.
I know, they're coming in.
I
know, I saw that. It made me smile.
We're going to rip all of our lives are replayed and recorded, so don't worry about that.
You can slow us down and pause us if we say something really brilliant and amazing.
Or in really awkward positions, like. Anyway.
Actually, hang on. Right, that's definitely the one for this one.
That's our thumbnail.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the other thing is there a seasonal element to your offer? Okay, so is there something before Christmas or, coming up? I mean, God, I can't believe I just said the C word and it's September.
I know.
Anyway.
I've been dropping it in.
So is there something that you want to do, like loads of people do goal setting or weight loss after Christmas? And so if you want to get on the trends and the bandwagons and the seasonal stuff and think, okay, if I plan my marketing calendar for, the whole year, but then more detail as the quarters go on, then think, where am I going to use these different promotional resources? And that's why we say have a range.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about it is that you don't actually need to be continuously creating them. It could well be the schedule of when you put focus on them. So they might be available the whole time. So all of the kind of free resources that we actually have are available all of the time, but we choose to put a focus on one that actually kind of shoots up the downloads of the particular thing that we're talking about, right?
Just clarify, Antonia, that's what you struggle with. What's that? Sorry, I missed that.
I caught that, yeah. So Antonio, you're struggling with it's the bits that go around the sides of it. There's the creativity, but what do I then do about the email and the bit that goes before the bit that goes after? Okay, so
that's the good thing to watch the user journey Facebook Live we did about 3 weeks ago. If you're in the Connection Hub, we'll tag you in if you've lost it. But you need to know that strategy. There's no point. That's why people have got all these things that they've created, because we know you love creating stuff.
That's right, you do. But we need to rein you in a little bit.
And it needs to have a purpose and a place and a point.
Yeah. Right? I mean, inside Changemaker, one of the most kind of useful things that we've actually got is the product creation checklist, isn't it?
Yeah. So you know why you're doing stuff.
Exactly.
Anyway, so
right.
So that's about thinking about the timing. So always have one thing.
Yes.
Think about seasonal things that might be relevant for you, and then think about how it strategically could be launched, could be placed for a launch or an event to lead up to actually bring more people into your funnel.
Yeah. And the thing about this is you, at the end of the day, are responsible and in charge of creating the buzz in your business. You are the person that actually sets up strategically to identify what is needed, when it's needed, how you're going to do it, and what offer you're actually making at the moment. Our whole thing is that you should always, and I am using the should word again.
Twice
you should
in one life.
I know. Who am I turning into, eh?
Me.
So scary. Good point, well made. So you should always have an offer on the go, whether that's a monthly changing up one, whether that's one for the quarter because it leads to somewhere else. There's a strategic element to this that means that your creativity is actually driving people somewhere, and that's really what we want for you.
Yeah. And you can put that at the top of your Facebook group as the pinned post.
Yes.
You might put it at the bottom of your email signature that month and swap it up. So, that's not, going back to the beginning of the Facebook Live about being boring, let's not just think, oh yeah, they're the guys that have only got one thing.
That's it.
Because you want to refresh people all the time.
You really do. And I mean, for us, there's now, we're coming up close to 1,600. Like it was 1,500 members, members in the Connection Hub. But actually, new members are joining all the time, and they may not know about those things. So particularly in the Facebook Lives, we will always refer people back to a particular resource that we've got. So don't assume that people in your community know that you have a particular thing available.
No.
Remind them, which is why we always kind of do a double check on what do you actually need. Yeah. And of course, for us, we're really excited about the expert indicator.
Please take it.
Please take it. We want to see that it all works.
And please give us feedback, right?
Yes, we really, really, really want to know.
And if you want to create your own, Steve's in the comments. I'll tag him again.
Yeah.
But Steve is the person to go to if you want to create your own assessment for your own company and stuff. But also what we want you to do is we want you to tell us about currently what's your promo. Have you got one at the moment? Have you got a promotional offer? Put it in the comments, please.
What is it?
Because we want to hear about it. This is your time to shine.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it works.
Put the links, whatever it needs to be.
Yeah, and if it feels relevant for you, come and join us for a month. Take up our offer to join us for free for a month inside Changemaker Central, because you will be moving and shaking your business. We are designed to help speakers, authors, and coaches grow their business.
You are, but I actually need to put in the link.
That helps. That's good. Right.
If you're going to take Helena up on that offer of joining our Changemaker Central membership program for free, there's the VIP code. That's using the promo code that I said before of actually where you can track things are coming from.
And the reason that so this is about the transparency and all of that. The reason I'm actually making that offer, and the thing that hopefully will help you land it, is that on a Friday inside Changemaker Central, you can actually put your offer up for review, because we do a thing called #Feedback Friday. And so that's actually where one of us will actually review the offer that you've got so that you can tweak it and make it that bit better. So it might be the landing page for it. It might be the offer itself. It might be where you're putting it. Whatever it is, you get that feedback.
Yeah. Perfect.
It's all about consistency
and
linking things.
A reduced rate on her new program in exchange for feedback and testimonials, so you can save £1,000.
Holy moly!
Okay, so that's the reaction. Did you see her reaction? That's the reaction that your promo offer should have. Yeah. Holy moly! I'm going to do that. That's a no-brainer. Oh, I want to take that offer up. So that's the type of response you need to have. That was a completely not planned.
Truly not planned. Well done, Daisy. Nicely done, hun.
Really good demonstration of what your avatar should think and say when they're reading your post or seeing your post. Oh my God, that's awesome.
And I'm in, right? So, so please share below. Come and join us in the Connection Hub if you're not already in there.
So even if you're watching this on the replay, share your promos that you've got going on.
We really would love to know. Yeah. So on that note, we're going to stop and catch you next week.
Yeah.
Or in the Connection Hub, wherever we see you.
See you guys.